Hello everyone, welcome to Top 10 Character Moments. Today we're breaking down my list for the top 10 best moments of the Dragon of the West, Iroh. Be sure to tune in every Friday to watch my latest top 10 video. In each video, I will break down my list for a specific character's best moments and why I like them so much. Just remember this is my personal list, so you don't have to agree with it, but I ask you respect my opinions as I will respect yours. Now, for those who don't know, I'm Ryan Brower. I run another YouTube channel called Sector for Nerds, so I ask not only you subscribe to this channel, but also Sector for Nerds, as it would really mean a lot to me. Thanks, guys. One of my favorite characters in Avatar: The Last Airbender, besides Aang and Katara, is definitely Iroh. He's nice, wise, badass, so many words to describe the Dragon of the West. So without any further ado, let's get into some honorable mentions before cracking the top 10. First up, 4 Seasons, 4 Love Song. I like this scene because we get to see Iroh sing this very slow but very catchy song. It's one of those moments where if I had a candle, I'd wave it back and forth slowly while listening to this man sing. Next up, his conversation with Aang. Iroh is great at conversations and using his wisdom. Aang explains how in order to master the Avatar state, he had to let go of someone he loved and how he couldn't do it. Iroh tells him he was wise to choose happiness and love over perfection and power, and then tells him you can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you just keep moving, you will come to a better place. And finally, threatening Admiral Zhao. Zhao was gonna murder the Moon Spirit, and Iroh was like, whoa, hold on, bro. It's not just the Water Nation that needs this spirit, the Fire Nation needs them as well. And then goes on to say, whatever you're gonna do to that spirit, I'll unleash on you tenfold. What a badass. Unfortunately, he isn't able to get to Zhao, but he does take out his guards. Alright, let's get into the top 10 list itself. You guys ready? Here we go. At number 10, helping Avatar Korra. It was great seeing Iroh make an appearance in the Legend of Korra series. Definitely a much needed moment considering I personally wasn't a big fan of book 2. But like I said, this was cool. At number 9, his conversation with Toph. She reminds Iroh of Zuko in that he always feels he needs to do things on his own, where there's nothing wrong with getting help from the ones you love. This conversation helped both Toph and Iroh in figuring out what they both need to do next. At number 8, trying to talk some sense into Zuko. I love this scene, cause it's not often we see Iroh raise his voice at someone, but this scene was definitely an exception. Zuko is going to take Aang's flying bison Appa as a prisoner, and Iroh doesn't hold back in his verbal punches, telling Zuko he doesn't think things through. He had the Avatar at the North Pole, but then had nowhere to go. So what does he expect to do with the Avatar's very large flying bison? Zuko is still obsessed with the whole idea of his father, quote-unquote, restoring his honor, and Iroh, understanding that the whole thing is bullshit, asks Zuko, is this your own destiny or a destiny someone has chosen for you? Who are you, Prince Zuko, and what do you want? I really thought this was going to be the end of this side of Zuko, but unfortunately, it's not. At number 7, owning his own tea shop. Iroh has the perfect tea shop success story as he starts working out for a small shop and then is able to open his own shop in the upper ring of Ba Sing Se and has complete creative freedom. It was Iroh's dream to have his own tea shop, and for a moment, that dream came true. At number 6, helping Katara escape with Aang. After Zuko joins Azula, they both take on Aang and Katara, defeating them both. Azula even hits Avatar Aang with her lightning, but before they're able to do any more damage, Iroh arrives to save the day and sacrifices himself so Katara could get the very injured Avatar to safety. This whole scene makes me mad every time I watch it, cause it's like, up to this point, Iroh has given Zuko so many chances to change and he's ruined them all. Like, I know the whole idea behind this was that Zuko is supposed to get worse before he gets better, and it's a good story, but man, that still doesn't change how pissed I get when I watch this go down every single time. But kudos to Iroh for doing what needed to be done. At number 5, escaping prison. He makes it look so easy. In front of the guards, he made it look like he was losing his mind, desperate for food and whatnot. But when they weren't around, he was working out and gaining them muscles in preparation for his escape. The next thing we know, we see Zuko running into the prison to rescue his uncle, but everyone has been taken out. One of the guards says he was a one-man army, and that training and preparation paid off for good old Iroh. At number 4, The Dragon of the West demonstration. This scene is awesome. Iroh does have some moments better than this one, but damn is this a really good one. It manages to be both funny and badass at the same time for me. Zuko and Iroh get caught in a trap by Azula and the Dai Li. Iroh is super calm about the whole thing when he asks Azula if she's ever heard how he got his nickname. Azula isn't interested in a long conversation, but Iroh assures her it's more of a demonstration. And first time around I'm like, Iroh, where are you going with this? Zuko smiled because clearly he knew where this was going. Iroh drinks his tea and then breathes out fire as if he was a literal dragon. This scene frickin' rules. I get so excited every time I watch it. It's one of my favorites in the whole show. At number 3, liberating Ba Sing Se. He may not have been able to do it as a general for the Fire Nation, but he was able to do it with the help of the White Lotus and Sozin's Comet. This is probably the most badass moment we see of Iroh. He's definitely the most powerful because of the comet. Only once every 100 years can a firebender have that kind of power. And while the Fire Lord would use that power to try and destroy the world, the Dragon of the West would use that power to save it. At number 2, reuniting with Zuko. Okay guys, get your tissues ready. After so long of Zuko having moment after moment to change and not doing it, we finally see an arc in Book 3 where he does, helping every member of Team Avatar and going on a life-changing field trip with each of them. And then the moment comes where Zuko goes to his uncle to show him that he's changed and that he's so sorry for everything. And as I sat there watching this first time, I'm already getting teary-eyed. And I sat there like, what if Iroh doesn't say anything to him or do anything? What if he's given up on him? And then Iroh embraced him in a hug, and I cried more than I ever cried for any other moment in this show. I cried, you cried, Zuko cried, Iroh cried, everyone cried. Zuko is confused as to why Iroh isn't furious with him, to which Iroh responds, I was never angry with you. I was sad because I was afraid you lost your way. Ugh, I love this. Another one of my favorite scenes in the show. But as much as I loved this moment, I think there's one more moment that might just be slightly more emotional and slightly more iconic for Iroh. And that's my number 1 Iroh moment, Leaves from the Vine. In the Book 2 episode titled The Tales of Ba Sing Se, Iroh sings a song called Leaves from the Vine while memorializing his son, who died during the war to siege Ba Sing Se. I can't even begin to imagine what Iroh is going through in this moment. Like, watching this, I got emotional. I was super sad for him. It's like what he would have given just to have one last moment with his son. Well, I definitely was more emotional for the Zuko-Iroh moment just because I wanted the two of them to be a father-son duo so bad. This was still a sad moment for me. And as time has gone on, I now understand how much this scene means to Avatar fans, not just because of the emotion in this scene itself, but also the real-life tragedy of what happened to the original Iroh voice actor, Mako Imamatsu, who passed away from esophageal cancer before completing Avatar: The Last Airbender. Fans not only see Leaves from the Vine as a tribute to Iroh's son, but also a tribute to Iroh himself. And I think that's really cool. As far as I've heard, Greg Baldwin, the voice actor who replaced Mako as Iroh, said that out of respect for the Dragon of the West, he will never perform this song. It's very admirable. So there you have it, guys. That's my list for the top 10 best Iroh moments. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite moments of the Dragon of the West are and why. Also, stay tuned every Friday for a new episode of Top 10 Character Moments. Next week, I'll be breaking down my picks for the top 10 best moments of the young Pokemon coordinator, Dawn. Thank you all for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.
It's more of a demonstration, really.